ऑन कर दीजिए.
Yes, Sanjay sir. Yes, yes, yes. Hi. I know, same with me. So start. Ready? Namaste. They say knowledge is power, and today we put that power to the test. Welcome to Quiz Buzz 2025-26. Before we begin, let us light the lamp of knowledge. I invite Nanda ma'am and Vikas sir to come forward and light the lamp. Audience, please rise. Yeah, escort, escort. It's okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Audience, please be seated. Let me introduce you to the finalists. From School Red, we have Dharm Rupapura, Yug Salla, Kashmi Vednagra, Hardeep C. Jadeja, Heath Akwalya. From School Blue, we have Vansh Kalyani, Ayan Shah, Manan Karya, Kashyap Khakkar, Dia Vora. From School Black, we have Viyati Makwani, Kunj Amipara, Daksh Kalaria, Tapan Rathod. School Purple, we have Veer Kakadia, Prasang Lakkad, Nisarg Sojitra, Advik Savlani, and Twisha Shah. Our referee for the day is Tuti ma'am. Last but not the least, our quiz master. Our guide for the event will be Bhavisha ma'am. Please welcome ma'am with a huge round of applause. Let me take you all through the important guidelines and rules for Quiz Buzz 2025-26. In the event of any disagreement or dispute, the decision of the Quiz Buzz referee will be final. In case of a tie at the end of Quiz Buzz, the referee will announce the tied teams. The quiz master will then conduct a tiebreaker by offering one set of questions to the tied teams. The timekeepers will sound a buzzer when each team's time limit for a round is reached. The quiz master will signal the start and end of each round and will conduct the quiz proceedings. Audience is required to maintain silence and refrain from prompting. Chit selection. Before each round, one member from each team will select a chit from a bowl. Each round will have 4 sets, A, B, C, and D. The selected set will determine the questions for that team. We are all set. Let the quizzing begin. We begin with our first round, that is, See Me Right. Teams will be shown a set of words on the screen. Each team will have 7 seconds to answer. Any one team member may respond. Rules. No passing of questions. If the answer is incorrect, The quiz master will provide the correct answer. Marking scheme. Teams can score up to 5 points for each correct answer. There is no negative marking. Maximum a team can score are 5 points and minimum is 0. And with that, I now invite our quiz master, Bhavisha ma'am, to take the See Me Right round forward. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Saloni ma'am. Greetings to the students, parents who've made it this morning for the quiz buzz, dear teachers, and our participants for quiz buzz. Are we ready? This generation, in fact, all of us, we do use Google very frequently, and in the era of automation and artificial intelligence, with a good network connectivity or Wi-Fi signals, we have answers on our fingertips. But this morning on this stage of Quiz Buzz, it's the quick reflex that's going to be your greatest weapon. Are we set to roll? I request Rashmi ma'am to kindly come forward, and one participant from each team to come forward as well and pick a chit, please. Round one, that is See Me Right. As the rules have already been instructed by Saloni ma'am, you will have a set of jumbled words on the screen. We first start with Team Red. All the teams, please check your mics first.
Hello.
Just speak something. Mic check.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Just speak something instead of tapping on the mic.
Hello. Hello.
Team Purple. Team Red. What code do you have?
C.
C. Set C. Your question is right in front of you. This word is related to the name of an Indian fruit.
Tamarind.
That is correct. Tamarind. A delayed response though, but we still appreciate it. Team Blue.
Set D.
Set D. This word is related to a wild animal.
Raccoon.
Raccoon is the correct answer. Team Black. Set B. This word is the name of the nearest galaxy, Milky Way.
Andromeda Galaxy.
Andromeda, that is the correct answer. And Team Black.
Set A.
Set A. Sorry, Team Purple. Set A. Which bird has the ability to fly backwards?
Hummingbird. Hummingbird.
Hummingbird, that's the correct answer. Round one. All the four teams have fared well. We have a question for the audience as well. Would you like to give it a try? All right. Could we have the variance question, please? Now that's me, but I'm not the variance. Well, we wanted to check your readiness for the audience rounds, which we will be having, but towards a later end, once we set the rhythm of the quiz buzz. We move to round 2, for which the instructions will be forwarded by Saloni ma'am.
Round 2, picture perfect clues. In this round, a picture will be displayed first, followed by a question based on it. Each team will have 5 seconds to respond. Rules: passing of questions is not allowed. Each team will get a different image and the team must answer the question within the time limit. Incorrect answers will be followed by correct response from the quizmaster. Marking scheme: teams can get up to 5 points for each correct answer. There will be no negative marking. Maximum a team can score are 5 points and minimum is 0. Over to our quizmaster, who will now lead us into the picture perfect clues round.
Thank you, Saloni ma'am. I request Rashmi ma'am to kindly come forward and one participant from each team to come forth as well. In the meantime, I'm certain that the audience would have a lot of curiosity and a lot to talk about, or maybe even have the urge to maybe answer, but I request you not to kindly prompt or talk as the quiz rounds are going on. Team Red, set C. The image: identify this Winter Olympic sport.
Curling.
Curling, that's the correct answer. Team Blue,
Set B.
set B. Recognize a renowned oldest stone structure.
Sanchi Stupa.
Sanchi Stupa is the correct answer. Team Black, set D. Identify the brand logo of the company. The VA means a wave, analog, while IO means binary digits 1 and O. The time's up. The correct answer is Vaio Sony. The colorful laptops had quite a great buzz in the market when these were launched. And Team Purple. Set A. Identify the female personality owner of RCB IPL. She's the second wealthiest IPL owner till date. There's an uproar in the audience. Anybody from the audience? Ananya Birla is the correct answer. The wave of happiness which is surging through the audience is mainly, I believe, because of the fact that you were able to answer the last question that was posed to them. With that, we come to an end of the second round, that is the picture perfect round. We quickly will move to round 3 after the display of the total score of round 2.
Round 3, double trouble. Each team will be given 5 questions in sequence. Total time to answer all the questions will be 45 seconds. Rules: unanswered, passed or incorrectly answered questions will move to a pass-on basket for the next team. The next team will get 3 seconds to answer each passed on question. For example, if Team A has answered 3 of the 5 questions from the given set, the remaining 2 questions will be passed on to the next team, Team B. If Team B offers the right answer, they will receive bonus points for each correct answer. If the next team, that is Team B, does not answer the passed on questions correctly, the questions will not be passed on further. The referee will provide the correct answers. Marking scheme: 5 points for each correct answer, 2 points for each correct passed on answer. No negative marking. Maximum 25 points and minimum 0. The stage is now set for double trouble. Over to you, Bhavisha ma'am.
Thank you, Saloni ma'am. Are we set for double trouble round 3? I request participants from each team to kindly come forward and pick a chit. Be extremely careful because this also happens to be a round where you can score the maximum and make up for the points lost. I would repeat, no answer to an incorrect answered question would be delivered, but rather it would be passed on. Therefore, the audience also is requested not to prompt. Are we ready? Team Red, what's your code? Set D. Are you ready? Question 1. Which team won the women's IPL in 2026?
RCB.
RCB, that's correct. Question 2. Which Indian movie franchise has crossed 3,000 crores till date?
Dhurandhar. Dhurandhar.
Durandar, that's the correct answer. Question 3. What does TDS stand for in finance? TDS in finance. What does it stand for?
Skip.
Question 4. Name the gland that controls the functioning of other glands in humans. The biology teachers have a smile.
Skip.
5th question. Which player has taken... That is it. This is a game of quick wits and reflexes. So you'll have to make it up in quick time. Also, I request all the participants of all the 4 teams to speak loudly and confidently in the mic so you don't have to repeat the answer and waste your time. The skipped questions now go to Team Blue. Your skipped question, what does TDS stand for in finance?
Total debt statement.
Time's up. Name the gland that controls the functioning of other glands in humans.
Hypothalamus.
Incorrect. Which player has taken the most wickets in IPL history?
Yuzvendra Chahal.
That's correct. That is double trouble. We now move on to Team Blue. A is your set.
9 seconds per question.
Are you ready? All 4 of you, please keep the mic closer. Speak loudly. Question 1. Where was the Azad Hind Fauj, the Indian National Army, formed?
Skip.
Name the highest underwater waterfall on Earth.
Skip.
Which movie soundtrack was composed by A.R. Rahman, for which he won his first Oscar?
Jai Ho.
Incorrect. Question 4. Who is the youngest ever Nobel Prize winner?
Skip.
Question 5. How many teams will compete in the 2026 FIFA World Cup?
48. 48.
48, that's the correct answer. The skipped questions now go to Team Black, and this is your time to redeem the score. Are you ready? Are you ready? Please keep the mic closer. Question 1. Where was the Azad Hind Fauj formed?
Tokyo.
Incorrect. Question 2. Name the highest underwater waterfall on Earth. Question 3. Which movie soundtrack was composed by A.R. Rahman for which he won his first Oscar? Who is the youngest ever Nobel Prize winner?
Marie Curie.
Incorrect. This just makes me curious to let out the answers since both the teams could not give out the correct answers, and these are some of the basic facts that we all as Indians must know, and henceforth I'm going to put it out to the audience. Where was the Azad Hind Fauj formed? Singapore, that's the correct answer. Was that a sure shot answer or was that a fluke? Second, name the highest underwater waterfall on Earth. We don't have room for gossips. If you know the answer, you straight away tell the answer. Nobody? It is the Denmark Strait Cataract. No ways you would have known this. Question 3. That made India proud. Which movie soundtrack was composed by A.R. Rahman for which he won his first Oscar? Slumdog Millionaire, that's correct, sir. And who is the youngest ever Nobel Prize winner? Malala Yousafzai, that's correct. She won it at the age of 1717. All right, with that, we now move to Team Black. What's your code? C. Are you ready? Please keep the mic closer and be quick. Question 1. What chemical causes you to cry when cutting onions?
Skip.
What is China-occupied Kashmir called in northeastern sector of India?
Skip.
Which city is called the Manchester of India?
Ahmedabad.
That's correct. In winter, at the time of hibernation, toads maintain breathing through dash.
Skin.
Skin is the correct answer. Who has scored the most runs in IPL history till date?
Sachin Tendulkar.
I request the audience to kindly not prompt, because I believe that you are aware it's a competition. I do place on record your enthusiasm and excitement, but that has to be curbed for the while that the team is answering, and I think that is common sense. Students, do we get that? Do we? Thank you. The skipped questions go to Team Purple. What chemical causes you to cry when cutting onions? Please say that in the mic.
Skip.
What is China-occupied Kashmir called in northeastern sector of India?
Oxygen.
That is correct. In winter, at the time of hibernation, toads maintain breathing through?
Their skin.
It is done. But you have one correct answer. That is Aksai Chin. Thank you.
Bhavi Sharma.
Did we do the fifth question?
Sorry?
Did they answer the fifth question?
One question they answered.
The fifth question, did they answer correctly before the
Yes,
audience
yes,
started prompting?
Aksai Chin, they answered it correctly.
The fifth question.
Virat Kohli, it was answered by Team Black. They spoke. But I believe since it was prompted by the audience, heavily prompted by the audience, we perhaps might give you one more skipped question. All right? I think that is fair and square.
Bhai Shama, to avoid confusion, can we have one question from the variants?
Which element is commonly used to make solar cells?
Selenium.
The answer is silicon. What you said was incorrect. That sums it up. We now, with that, move to the last team, that is Team Purple. Your set is?
B.
Are you ready? Yes. Question 1. What is the approximate value of the golden ratio?
Skip.
Which planet rotates on its side like a barrel?
Uranus.
That's correct. Name the Oscar award winning best movie 2026.
Avatar.
Incorrect. Which company has the tagline of Think Different?
Skip.
Which Indian football player is nicknamed as Sikimi Sniper?
Sunil Chetri.
Sunil Chetri.
That's incorrect. The incorrect questions or the skipped ones now are passed to Team Red. What is the approximate value of the golden ratio?
22:7.
Incorrect. Name the Oscar award winning best movie 2026.
Sinners.
Incorrect. Which company has a tagline of Think Different?
Skip.
Which Indian football player is nicknamed as Sikimi Sniper?
Sunil Chetri.
No, they answered the same. Just be a little more attentive. Now it goes to the audience. What is the approximate value of the golden ratio? You're closer to that. You're closer to the value. 1.618. The next was name the Oscar award winning best movie 2026. One battle after another. That's correct. Yes, that's what I said. One battle after another. Which company has the tagline of Think Different? We use the iPads in the school. Which Indian football player is nicknamed as Sikimi's Sniper? Baichung Bhutia. With that, we come to an end of the round. Double trouble. With a display of scores on the board in a while. Red is leading as of now till round 3, followed by Team Blue, Black and Purple. You still will have a round to redeem your score. I once again request the participants to kindly speak loudly. You do not have to whisper. Even if it is incorrect, it's not going to cost you a negative mark. So please be loud and clear when you give out the answers. We move on to the next round, for which I request Saloni ma'am to kindly take over.
Round 4, audio-visual round. In this round, questions will be shared before showing the video clip. Teams will have 5 seconds to read the question. The video will then be played and paused. After the signal, teams will have 5 seconds to answer. Rules: no passing of questions. Each team will get a different video. Incorrect answers will be corrected by the quiz master. Marking scheme: teams will be awarded 5 points for each correct answer. There is no negative marking. Maximum points a team can score are 5 and minimum is 0. And now, the moment of action begins for the audio-visual round. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. I request Rashmi ma'am to come forward and one participant from each team as well. But this time, as you pick the chits, please be mindful that as you take the chit and go back to your team, you do not have to open the chit until asked to. I repeat, as you pick the chit and return to your team, you do not have to open it unless asked to. Okay. Team Red. Set A. Please have a look at the screen and watch the video.
Indian culture is a galaxy of diverse conventions. Artwork, dance,
Kathakali.
That is correct. The question was, identify at least one dance form shown in the video clip, and the team rightly answered Kathakali. However, just for a general awareness, because there are some of the dance forms which are widely popular, but this video clip also showed the folk dance of Manipur, that is called Jagoi, Dhal Talwar Ras from Gujarat, Kathakali from Kerala, Kachi Ghori from Gujarat and Rajasthan, Garba, Santhal dance from West Bengal, and Thiruvanthirkali from Kerala again. Thank you, Team Red. We move to Team Blue now.
Set C.
Set C. Please have a look at the video clip.
In an audacious move, the enemy has occupied strategic heights overlooking National Highway 1A. This is the only road connecting Srinagar to Ladakh. Operation Vijay is put into motion. It is named for its mission objective: victory at all costs. It was time to restore the sanctity of the line of control and take back what was India's, one peak at a time.
The Kargil War.
That's correct. The question was, what battle or war is known by the common public shown in the clip? As they rightly answered, it is the Kargil War, or it is also known as Operation Vijay. Thank you. That was correctly answered by Team Blue. We now move on to Team Black. Which is your set number? B. Set B. Please have a look at the video clip.
Very graceful.
No, but very efficient. What are you waiting for? Let's go. Go, 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 go. 7 years per hour here. Let's make it count.
Gravity's punishing.
Been floating through space too long?
130% Earth gravity.
Your question is, how much to 1 hour is there on Miller's X planet compared to Earth?
70 years. 70 years.
17 years is an incorrect.
70.
That is incorrect. 1 hour on X planet equals to 7 years on Earth. And with that, we move to Team Purple. Your set must be
D.
D. Please have a look at the video clip on the screen.
Galileo's experiment was simple. He took a heavy object and a light one and dropped them at the same time to see which fell fastest. So, in order to see the true nature of gravity, we have to remove the air.
Your question is, what is the primary cause of both objects descending at the same time?
Gravitational acceleration.
No, that's incorrect. The correct answer is no friction of air due to vacuum. With that, we come to an end of the audio-visual round, which brings us once again to Team Red, leading in tow, followed by Blue. Black and Purple still have 2 more rounds to redeem their scores. We move on to round 5 of Quiz Buzz, for which I request Saloni ma'am to give out the instructions, please.
Round 5, only audio. In this round, the questions will be shared before the audio is played. Teams will have 5 seconds to read the question. The audio will then be played. After the quizmaster's signal, teams will have 3 seconds to answer. Rules: no passing of questions. Each team gets a different audio clip. Incorrect answers will be corrected by the quizmaster. Teams will be awarded 5 points for each correct answer. No negative marking. Maximum a team can score are 5 points and the minimum is 0. With the rules of the round in place, I now hand over to our quizmaster to commence the round.
Thank you, ma'am. We begin with audio only round, for which I request Rashmi ma'am to come forward and 1 participant from each team. Please pick a chit. Go back to your teams. Team Red, are you ready? Which was your set? B. B. Team Red has set B, and here is your audio.
If I have 6 hours to cut down a tree, then I will spend the first 4 hours sharpening the axe. There's a great philosophy in that. In this era of instant gratification, we just keep thinking we can achieve all these goals by just tweaking this, tweaking that. It's not true. I really believe that, that a missionary zeal is required.
Your answer.
R. Madhavan.
That's correct. R. Madhavan is the correct answer. You made it just in time. Team Blue. Which is your set?
A.
Set A. Please listen to the audio.
Okay, then you're not so represented because actually we have half the Indian population pretty much under 25. We are an amazingly young country. In fact, if you just take the age group from 10 to 19, there are 226 million Indians poised, in other words, to enter higher education, going through school and ready for higher education.
Your answer.
Shashi Tharoor.
Shashi Tharoor is the correct answer. Team Black, are you ready? What's your set number? C. Please listen to the audio.
दो प्रकार के स्किल है, एक है लाइफ स्किल, दूसरा है प्रोफेशनल स्किल। उसमें भी कोई मुझे पूछेगा कि साहब लाइफ स्किल में ध्यान देना चाहिए कि प्रोफेशनल, मैं कहूँगा दोनों में देना चाहिए।
Your answer?
Narendra Modi.
That is correct. Our Indian Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi. And as soon as Team Black listened to the voice, their faces lit up. And the last one to Team Purple. Your set must be D. Please listen to the audio. I request the audience to kindly remain silent and not prompt.
You know what the most dangerous thing in the world is? A person who stops learning. A person who thinks they already know enough. Because the moment you stop learning, you stop growing. And the moment you stop growing, you become replaceable, irrelevant, forgotten. So listen up, because today we're going to talk about your greatest power, your mind.
Aishwarya Rai.
Anybody from the audience would like to? Priyanka Chopra Jonas is the correct answer. With that, Team Black has made it back. Team Purple, you have one more round to redeem yourself, where I believe you will be able to score the maximum. Let's hear out the rules from Saloni ma'am for round 6 of Quiz Buzz.
Round 6, the rapid fire round. Teams, it's time to stay alert. Each team will be asked 5 questions in quick succession. The total time to answer all the questions is 40 seconds. Rules: no passing of questions. Teams must answer in sequence. If unsure, the team must clearly say the word skip to move ahead. Skipped answers will not be revealed. The team can respond to the previously skipped questions if their time cap of 40 seconds is not over. The answers to the questions that were not answered within the time cap, skipped or incorrect, will not be revealed. Marking scheme: teams will be awarded 3 points for each correct answer. No negative marking. Maximum points a team can score are 15 and minimum is 0. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Saloni ma'am. Participant from each team, please come forward and pick the chit to decide your set number. In the meantime, this process is on. I request the audience not to clap in between, even if they answer correctly or incorrectly. Do not either express your grief at the incorrect answer with "oh" or your excitement at the correct answer by clapping, because that will disturb them. as they have just 40 seconds to answer 5 questions. Yes? Team Red,
C.
set C. Are you ready? Question 1. Name of the oldest and longest epic poem in the world.
Ramayan.
Incorrect. PIL in judicial mechanism stands for?
Public interest litigation.
That is correct. Which technology used to map the ocean floor remotely?
Sonar.
That is correct. Who gave the slogan, Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it?
Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj.
That is incorrect. What is the chemical symbol for gold?
AU.
That is correct. Would you like to attempt the incorrect answers?
Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj for the second one.
No, incorrect. That's it. That is it with Team Red. You may now clap for the team. All right, we move on quickly to Team Blue, and your set is?
D.
D for Delhi. Are you ready? Question 1. Name the element that occurs most abundantly in our universe.
Hydrogen.
Correct. NDA, a joint training institution, stands for?
National Defense Academy.
Correct. Who is considered the transformer or destroyer of evil in the Hindu Trinity?
Lord Shiva.
Correct. Part of brain that processes emotional responses such as fear or pleasure?
Cerebrum.
Incorrect. In which play does the famous line, all that glitters is not gold, appear?
Macbeth.
Incorrect. Would you like to attempt? Part of brain that processes emotional responses such as fear or pleasure?
Cerebellum.
Time's up. Anybody from the audience? Part of brain that processes emotional responses? Amygdala. New word? Well noted. And this is a famous line, all that glitters is not gold. The Merchant of Venice by William Shakespeare. We move to Team Black. Set B. Okay, are you ready? Question 1. What is the most printed book of all time?
Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita.
Incorrect. Name the planet that takes the maximum time to revolve around the sun.
Neptune.
Correct. UPI in banking transactions stands for?
Unified Payments Interface.
Correct. The term for a plant species that captures and digests insects?
Venus flytrap.
Incorrect. Which sport is associated with the terms bishop, castling and gambit?
Chess.
Correct. What is the most printed book of all time?
Ramayana.
Incorrect. The term for a plant species that captures, time's up. You may now clap for Team Black. We mainly believe that it would either be Ramayana or Mahabharata as the great Indian epics, as the most published or printed books of all times, but it rather is the Bible. And the term for a plant species that captures and digests insects, it's either the carnivorous or the insectivorous or Nepenthes. Team Purple.
Set A.
Set A. Are you ready?
Yes.
Question 1. Who appoints the CDS, that is the Chief of Defense?
President.
Incorrect. What is the fourth state of matter?
Plasma.
Correct. PhD, the highest academic degree, stands for?
Philosophy of doctor.
Incorrect. Who was the first Indian origin woman in space?
Kalpana Chawla.
Correct. Which country is the birthplace of polo sports?
India.
That is correct. Which is the fourth state of matter?
Plasma.
That is correct. Who appoints a CDS, Chief of Defense?
Prime Minister.
Incorrect. PhD stands for Doctorate of Philosophy, not God. So, but that the arrangement also would go incorrect. He spoke philosophy of doctor, but that would be incorrect. Yes?
We can give them some seconds to answer the incorrect question.
There was just one question, the CDS chief. There was only one question. One question that had to be asked, which they had otherwise answered incorrectly. With that, we come to an end of round 6. With that, we have the clear winners for Quiz Buzz this year. Team Red, that is topping the charts, and hence they are the winners. We have Team Blue, that is on number 2. Team Black on the 3rd position, and Team Purple on the 4th. Call it incidentally or accidentally, the teams are arranged and seated in the same order and the manner of their positions, the 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. I believe they do deserve quite a great round of applause. Quiz is not just about the textbook knowledge, but also that goes far beyond, because quiz is quick and rapid. And therefore, whatever these students have learnt in the classrooms, they have projected here. Apart from that, the process of Quiz Buzz is pretty much rigorous, starting from the qualifiers to several rounds that the students have made it to, and thereafter they have reached a finale of the Quiz Buzz. This rigor and the academic fervor is what sets them apart. And these are the final products that we have here on the stage. I believe, once again, we must all aspire for the coming season to be a part of Quiz Buzz, no matter what. I'd like to take this moment to place on record the gratitude of the teams to Sanjay Nath sir for heading Quiz Buzz and preparing all the questions and circulating the material for the students to go through for preparations, and all the teachers here who you see on the stage, off the stage, the referees, Saloni ma'am, the students involved. Thank you very much for being a part and shouldering the responsibility.
Thank you, Bhavisha ma'am. Now I invite the first runner-up team, that is School Blue, to come forward and receive their certificates. I invite Vikas sir to come on the stage and do the honors, please. Thank you, students. I request the second runner-up team, School Black, to come forward and receive the certificates. Thank you, students. I invite the third runner-up team, Team School Purple, to come forward and receive their certificates. Thank you, sir. Thank you, students. I invite the parents of the winning team to come forward and award their certificates to their wards. Students of the winning team, School Red, please come forward to receive your certificates. Now the time has come. I invite Nanda ma'am to come on the stage and award the Rolling Trophy, Quiz Buzz Season 4 Rolling Trophy to the winning team, School Red. Congratulations, School Red. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, students. We come to the end of Quiz Buzz 2025-26. I request the audience to please rise for the national anthem. Assembly, Saudan.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय है
भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा
द्राविड उत्कल बंगा
विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा
उज्जल जलधि तरंगा
तब शुभ नामे जागे
तब शुभ आशीष मागे
गाये तब जय गाथा
जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे
भारत भाग्य विधाता
जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Assembly, Vishram. Students, please be seated while our guests and parents exit. Thank you all for being a wonderful audience today.
Quiz participants, stay back.